Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Hall of Fame game. Brett Rypien, locked in, great eyes, great feet. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of the channel. Not only is it a great, cheap way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content. Hop over there, join, become a member. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get into it. We are back, y'all. Preseason Hall of Fame, Brett Rypien. Great eyes, great feet. Great eyes, great feet. Great feet right here. A little slip and slide action. LOL that they made them actually do that in a practice in the NFL. But regardless, Rypien listening to his feet right here. Great eyes, great feet. Great eyes, great feet. Being able to get some positive yards. I think if he had to do this play over again, he'd probably throw it to the tight end or the backside in. Now again, easy for me to say without the third string line in front of me and a pulling guard. But however you want to sort this thing out, I'm going to assume that this is just like 95 Y cross right here. So we're working that must outside release go or alert. One right there. Kind of this crosser two. He ends up hitting it later, and then this backside kind of in breaking route. So if you had to read this thing, you'd probably guess that it's right across the board there, whether you want to call that alert or 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way back, all the way across. Now, is this open? You know, if you don't want to force it, whatever, he forces it into it. He doesn't force it. He hits a tighter window later. This is probably open as well. Again, easy for me to say, right? To be able to say, hey, trust this pulling guard, kick over here, reset your feet, and try to drill this. Or if that's not there, definitely on the backside in. Regardless, positive play. You know, they're obviously teaching him to slide, sort of. But again, I'm saying throw it right there to the tight end. You put it on his back shoulder, kind of like he does later. If you think it's too tight, you know, you can see that in coming across there, 86 to the bottom. Now, probably like a better route or a flatter route at the top of that in down here to the bottom. Regardless, preseason, muddy, use your feet, get a first down. It's a positive play. It's a nice play. Let's get it rolling. No to the left right there. So again, this right there, he's looking to the tight end. That's open. Right? This is wide open. It's not wide open. It's open in the league. The defender's shoulders are turned this way. The only thing that would be better is if he had his shoulders turned facing this way. Regardless, you could absolutely rip this thing right there, up and down before the safety. And again, they make a killing on seams all game in this. Preseason is seam season. Okay, you're catching country zone out there. Don't like it, get forward, great. Nice one here from Rypien. We're going to rip the kind of seamer crosser to the number 3, the inline tight end, the guy who's got his hand on the line of scrimmage. He's going to be working, I'm going to call that a crosser across the field. Now he ends up getting a bit of a big hit. Shoulders pad right on the ball, 41, straight clowns it there at the end. We'll talk about that. But quarterback-wise here, this is pretty much the same read that we just saw. Left to right, no to the go, no to the out. Greg Roman special, work that crosser. Now this time it's even more open, and the ball's maybe a tick high, leaves him a little exposed, but he's got plenty of time to catch, tuck that thing. He takes, 3 steps? Protect the ball. The guy makes a nice play putting his shoulder pad on the ball. But then watch the defender who makes the hit, 41. I don't know who 41 is, but if you're trying to make the team, you dislodge the ball. That's outstanding. You're celebrating, bro. Look at him. Earmuffs me here. Look at him fucking celebrate. And the ball rolls right to him. Fucking DBs, man. It never gets old. They can't help themselves. They can't help themselves. See a ribbon towel out there. Red dot him. Let's go. Also, really like the construction here. I'm not gonna pretend to tell you that I know what their personnel is. It looks like 12 personnel. So when I see 12 personnel and then we get to empty, so 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, wing, love it. Then we get to empty out here. We're then gonna run that must outside release go. There's what I'm used to calling the Greg Roman special, tongue in cheek. Okay, relax. Here's that crosser, is that kind of like number 2. I think of this as almost like alert 1, but you could easily go 1, 2. Right back to here. Now again, he does a nice job. I think it's good enough here. This is a big hit. The ball placement could be a little bit better, but we've got to be able to secure the ball. And then if it's not there, you probably got everything else working this direction as well. So again, a nice little left to right, easy preseason beater. Multiple options, full field read, really nice base. Again, great eyes, great feet. Great eyes, great feet. Maybe you also need great ball placement. But this pretty damn special of a night for Brett Rypien. Right here, he starts ripping those seams. Love to see it and get a little lucky there that it bounces back. Again, 41, man. I don't know, man. I've never been in a DB meeting room, but this is pretty embarrassing. Again, it's a beautiful throw right down the hash. It's got to be a little, I could see why he puts a little bit of height on this thing, just because 47 is kind of in the lane. It's not the exact same play as the one I wanted him to throw to the tight end on the last one, because we've got that shallow coming underneath to kind of high-low the mic. The mic grabs the low. We hit the high. Thank goodness 41 goes straight clown mode there, talking to his buddies on the sideline, while the ball fumbles right to him. Gift. Bears. First down. Next one here. Next play, actually. Big play action shot. We're going to try to hit Colin Johnson, who has himself a night, besides for this one down here to the bottom on the deep crosser. Now, there's a bunch of really nice plays here, everything except the catch. Can't catch it for him, right? First one of the year. A little trade to green right, big play action. Now, watching that free safety drive the crosser. Okay, to me, depending on who your personnel is, and again, we're in preseason, second quarter-ish, probably. We stumble a little bit. We throw a strike. Okay, we're just talking Brett Rypien. He stumbles at the back, resets his feet, and delivers an absolute strike right through the damn hands. Okay? Looks like two wooden spoons right there. Da-dunk. Bummer. Now, what was the good besides Brett Rypien right there? First, let's understand the play. To me, this deep crosser, it's almost always tethered with a deep clear out or post on the other side. So when I'm saying that this is that deep crosser where the ball goes, this is the guy who ends up kind of making the play, the middle field player. If he drives this, oftentimes most teams will want, depending on who the personnel is now, you put your speedster there and it's to the post, and this thing is a go. Okay? We want to let that thing rip if they're going to invert replace this thing. Because if they drive it with the middle field player, they're basically telling the backside corner that he needs to get to the middle of the field, and we've got it. Now, easier said than done, and again, it depends on who's who in the zoo out here. If you've got, your burner out here, great. If it's the preseason and this is not your burner, well, then this play is not near as good. So that's the first part. If we were to read this thing out, again, it's a strike, right? It's a strike. And, I think a lot of guys would like to take this shot with this middle field action. And that's the first part of just learning from the play. The other part that's worth paying attention to here is we're going to do this play action fake. Okay, what these play action fakes do, not only are they great ways to kind of move the launch point, so you're not asking your tackles to pass protect for days on these shots, but you're also putting your tight ends in a bind usually, because then they end up having to block these edge players. Watch this fullback type, and I'm going to say he's a tight end. Watch him come all the way back across and take the hit off the quarterback. So just a real good heads-up, headsy play. So first, let's watch the fullback. Okay. Wrap around, take the hit off right there. That's beautiful. That's high IQ, well done football. No. Hit off. See colors flash? That's a tough block for any tight end. Now, I know some tight ends that are more tackle than others. I had to. God, you guys are so easy to get fired up. Now, watch that middle field player. Okay, your boy 41, trying to make the big hit. Coming downhill. As soon as you see him go level like that, you would love to throw that deep post. Now, is the deep post open and winning? No. Okay, so again, I think it's probably the right decision here. But man, you would love to play this play with a little bit more speed on the perimeter and take that deep shot down the field. Regardless, quarterback school, quarterback centric, Brett Rypien, have yourself a day, bro. Driving the ball down the field, ripping this thing, can't catch it for him, two hands on the ball, reset, dunk, strike. Next one here, touchdown pass, easy. A little double stick nod wheel. We'll talk through exactly what it is. It's wide ass open. The corner up top for the Texans loses his mind. Now, maybe it's a safety 29, but I think it's the corner. Really nice job from Brett Rypien. You know what I'm going to say? Great eyes, great feet. Holding that middle field player, ripping that stick nod. So this play is based off this condensed formation play that a lot of people run where it's both stick. So stick, flat, right? Stick, flat. That's what this play is based off of. Now, what this play actually is you come up, you nod, stick nod, and basically it just turns into a seam. So up, stutter, seam. And then these flats turn into wheels. So guess what this thing looks like when it's played out? 4 verts. You guessed it. The quarterback school logo. You're welcome. So you can play it just like 4 verts. Now, the timing of it is totally different. But if you catch middle field closed and you catch the corner up top for some reason driving the flat in cover 3, well, then this thing's going to be wide ass open. Okay. First one of the year. Let's go. Easy. Again, great eyes, great feet. What does that mean? That means that we're holding our eyes right here to be able to hold this player. And then this thing will be wide open for the stick nod. It's beautiful. It's well done. It's a preseason rep. There's no doubt about it. It will rarely happen like this on Sundays. But man, that's beautiful. And then if it wasn't there, you see the check down over the ball. So there's the stick nods. See both sides mirrored routes. Little stutter. Ta-dang, got him. You can see here at the bottom, this is how it probably should play out. Ta-dang. Again, the corner up top. Watch the corner go to the flat. Oh, God. Is that the normal end zone font? I don't know if I've ever seen the 2 lines paragraph in the end zone. Watch Rypien's eyes here. Hold 41. Right? Boom. Beautiful. Again, he's got a really nice base. You know, I'm joking about the great eyes, great feet, but this is great eyes and great feet, and that is a strike. Let's go. Next one here, 3rd and 5. I thought this was probably the only questionable decision from Rypien. He ends up throwing to the number 2 up top on the corner versus middle field closed man with outside leverage. It's not my jam. It's not an impossible throw. They're just not quite on the same page as far as where that wide receiver is coming out of the corner and where the ball placement is. Now, again, easy for me to say with the clicker days later, but you probably want to come back to the backside and rip that in. You can see the in and the runaway shallow down here to the bottom. So 47, runaway shallow, the in right behind it to the right. Put it right on the break, right on your boy, Colin Johnson. Now maybe he gets grabbed a little bit. Why he doesn't come out of that thing. But again, so we'll talk through how I interpret this route or this play. Okay, middle field closed man. Pretty simple to see there. What we end up doing concept-wise here is here's the corner, and then here is that backside in. So you get this kind of shallow in. These are 2 great runaways versus man coverage. Now the corner is also good versus man coverage. But I know a great course that goes into significant, okay, substantial depth about the difference between middle field closed man coverages and where the alignment of the wide receivers are. So if this eligible is inside what a lot of people call the divider. Now, if I'm speaking a foreign language to you, I know a great course you should take. But if this player is inside the divider, if the eligible is inside the divider, we'll just say the divider is the top of the numbers. I'm just making that up for what would be. So the eligible's inside. Guess what this corner is going to be, or this nickel star? He's going to be outside leverage. Does that make sense? If he's going to be outside leverage because they're trying to funnel him to the middle field player. So when he goes to run this corner and he gets inside like this is not a great look in my mind to run a corner. Now you still might, give him something at the top and win and come out of it. Kind of like the touchdown happens, later in the game where he falls. But if it stays like this, yeah, you can make this throw if you put it perfectly down his line. But the way you throw corners, you really never want to miss over here. This is a bad miss. In a lot of times you want to miss this way, but you can't miss that way because guess what? The guy's got outside leverage. So I'm not saying never throw this if you're Brett Rypien. I'm saying if he gaps him to the outside, comes up, then we got him. If he goes inside, you better really trust him. Like it better be somebody special. And then you can still watch at the top. If he wins, throw it. If not, come back here and put it on the backside in and work this. So I'm saying peek the release here. He goes inside. Great. It's over. Squashed. We're coming back here to the backside in. Okay? And then the other part about this, and this is only something these guys know in the room, okay, in the wide receiver quarterback room. What are the landmarks here? Are the landmarks, I'm just making them up here, 10, nod, come out to 25? Well, then you can't come out shallow because the quarterback's going to throw it on this line. And if you come out on this line, the ball's going to be behind you. Bad. Okay, so again, only they know the nuance and details that goes into that. But for me here, middle field closed man, watch that release. He goes inside. And the thing that I would tell wide receivers is if you're running a corner from the slot and you go inside, you don't want the ball. I'm not saying you're never going to get the ball, but you better maybe try to release inside, jump outside, reset your stem, and go. So for me, poor decision here. Boom. You can see the timing of it. As soon as you see him go inside right there, come off down here to the backside in. Now again, you're still going to have to navigate the free player, the middle linebacker type, the rat or the thief. But I think that in probably gets you a first down. Again, not the end of the world. A great one to learn from. Again, a super simple, preseason is just clean looks. It's beautiful. Middle field closed, cover 11, rat, robber, whatever you want to call the guy, middle field player, thief. No. Great, beautiful base though, right? I could say not necessarily lined up to the left, but getting there. All his cleats in the ground. And again, just comes out of that thing a little flat, wide receiver wise, and or Rypien misses up the field. One or the other. Next one here, 2-minute situation, 70 seconds left, second quarter, end of the first half. We're going to throw a dot down here to the bottom, the number 1, your boy Colin Johnson. Have yourself a day. This is a big boy throw, wide side of the field, back shoulder, tight contested coverage. It's beautiful. There were a bunch of these. Great rhythm, dot of a throw. That's beautiful, man. This is outstanding accuracy, precision, 1, 2, 3, tight hitch throw. Again, you can see they're presenting middle field close, but they're almost working towards 11 lurk, or working that safety down here to the bottom of the logo is working to the middle of the field. Again, you can see the leverage. We talked about the divider rules. This is a really nice example. So the star, or whatever you want to call this nickel right here, watch the different techniques here leverage-wise. So he's going to run a seam. He's going to be on the outside. He's going to run a go, essentially the same route, right? Down here, he's going to be on the inside. That's different leverage. Now, the thing I would say, and again, I'm not in camp with these guys, so I don't know who's who in the zoo here. This guy obviously had himself a day. Okay. Normally, the easier throw is to the boundary. If you're going to work, if everything's equal, right? So like these guys are the same matchup. This is a 6-yard longer throw down here to the bottom. Okay, 18 feet for you math geniuses out there. You can see here, same throw up top, right? Same not the same matchup, but same coverage. You can also see the star or the nickel down here on the number 2 with the different leverage. Beautiful. That's a hell of a throw. It's a better catch. These guys had it going here. Great eyes, great feet, great ball. Let's go. Same drive here. This is a beautiful call. One of my favorite calls in all of football. Drive out. So we're going to run drive down here to the bottom. We're going to run a slot out up top. Now, there's a little twist that I'd like to see versus quarters here, but this is a beautiful job. This is a world-class, all-purpose play. Good versus every coverage. There are answers. Beautiful job here. Going to your bread and butter. Again, not quite lined up. Maybe a tick late. The other thing here I would like to say, so they present 3x1 condensed. They get to 2x2. One side's condensed. So when I say drive out, I think I have a whole video on this play. Go, must outside release. Here's the out part of it. That's where you start with the read usually. And then if that's not there, you've got the drive coming to you with the basic. So a few things here. This basic right here can get a rub for the drive potentially, but everything is coming to your vision, right? So it's left, coming into your vision, into your vision. Now, the only other thing here I would like to add is verse quarters. So you get any iteration of quarters. I prefer if this is a post, because now we've got a great post option. Quarters beater. If this guy settles his feet at all, we can go over the top with a big hitter. That makes sense now. You know, the purists, West Coast purists will say, must outside release go. And some people don't even let you throw this. Some people, it's a live or an alert if you like the matchup. Regardless, it's a really nice job. Brett Rypien figuring it out. Beautiful call. Again, if you can see if it's not there. So pretend that that flat defender jacks the slot up top and runs out underneath the slot. You work the drive, no, the basic, yes. Right? 47's coming wide open. No. Pretty sweet. Again, great eyes, great feet. 1, 2, 3, hitch, out. Beautiful. Nice completion. Let's go. From behind here, you can see this whole thing play out as well. Again, I think it could be easier for him if he went a little faster and got lined up quicker. Again, for me here, at the top of the drop right there, he's lined up down the hash, right? He eventually gets there. But if we're talking about, you know, milliseconds and the difference between catching it and going out of bounds and catching it and running out of bounds, that's catching it and running out of bounds. If you give it to him a half tick earlier because you're lined up, and then just play this thing out. So you don't like the out, the drive, no, basic, yes. And you might even put it on the drive. Next one here, touchdown. Same drive. Beautiful throw to the number 3. A little nod again. Working those seams. This is absolutely beautiful construction here. Really nice detail too and nuance to this one. But from Rypien, wide open, great eyes, great feet. Look at his eyes. Holding 37 to the left. Tight hitch. Ball's out. Strike. Get in the end zone. Beautiful. Really too easy almost. So what is this play? This is kind of a unique play. Originally, I thought it was 4 verticals, but this is more of what I'm considering like inside fade. This is locked hitch. And then here's that little, and he kind of gives him a little nod, work to the seam. And then here's the thing to really lock in on. This right here, this player inside releases and runs the fade. So why is that important? A lot of defenses in split field coverage, combo coverage, this player, where he doubles is based on the release of the number 1. So if he were to release outside, well, then he would say, hey, the corner, you got him 1-to-1. And now I'm coming back here on whatever your terminology is to hunt up the number 3. So when he releases inside, that makes this safety stay here. And Rypien's eyes are right there at him. So that allows this to work with all this kind of space. Now, what they're doing coverage-wise down here, I can't tell you what the hell it is. Where it looks like we're going Meg down here. He's playing one-on-one, driving the hitch. And then whoever the hell is supposed to cover the vertical of number 3, I'm guessing it's here. But all these guys are playing traditional zone. So if no one's running with the vertical here, this defense has got some issues. So what I'm saying is if you are a defensive guy and you're going to play some sort of brackets 3x1, you know, you've got to deal with this. You got to run with the vertical. You got to run with the vertical. Somebody's got to run with the vertical in number 3. Regardless, that backside safety right here, he's the guy who could take this away quarterback-wise. But Rypien does a great job with his eyes, holds them. It's a great route. Beautiful touchdown, and it's wide open. It's a nice job. That's good offense for a Hall of Fame preseason game 1 of the season. Look at 47 with a little nod, right? Dink. Just a little head nod. Give him a little something. Got him. Again, I really like Rypien's eyes here. Holding that thing to the left. Great eyes. Great feet. Strike. Touchdown. Have yourself a first half. Halftime. You dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe. Hit the bell. Get the notifications. 'Tis the season, y'all. Locked in, fired up, ready to go for the football season. If you haven't already, please think about joining the Quarterback School Patreon community. It is a great way to support the channel and get even more Quarterback School content. So you dig videos like this, you will love the Quarterback School Patreon community. We also have Quarterback School courses, a bunch of different courses on all of my favorite football topics, RPOs, tempos, pass protection, how to beat every coverage. We even have an entire offense over there. All of those quarterback schools courses can be found at the new quarterback school website. Got a fun feature over there where you can ask me anything. Really cool, interactive way to get over to the website. Check it out. I appreciate you doing that. And then finally, make sure to follow me across social media platforms. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get back to it. All right, second half here. I tell you what, if you're a Chicago Bears fan, you got to be excited. I mean, some of these plays, this is nice little wrinkles, even to see, even in a preseason game here. A little Gronk pop pass here. The old Peyton Manning, Tom Brady special. You can see the guard pull. So watch the left guard pull. 63. Watch the linebackers come up. Whoop. Got him. And again, this was the throw that I talked about earlier where it's not quite the same, but it's pretty similar where I thought he could have put it on the tight end right here. He's got better timing, puts it right on him. It's a beautiful throw, catch, big hook up. Let's go. So what I'm seeing here as far as the design that I like, first of all, we've got an inverted wing. Okay, so 3x1 condensed. Almost gets into like a bunch when you get this short motion. We're going to get the horizontal action. We're going to get the play action. We're going to get the guard action. And so we've got all these moving parts for this second level of the defense. They got to sort this out. And then we're going to hit you with this little pop pass. And if that's not there, you've got this like spray angle. It's beautiful. They're both there. It's a hell of a job. I love seeing plays like this anytime. Love seeing it even more in the second half of a preseason game. Now, it'd be an even better play if the pulling guard didn't get beat inside. But boop. And again, you can see it. If he didn't like 87, you got 47 on that little angle down here to the bottom. He's also open. Beautiful. That's a nice chunk, well-designed play. You can see the layers of architecture, right? Look at the horizontal stretch. So the motion and the guard and the back. That's beautiful. It's outstanding. And again, if you're the pulling guard, this isn't guard school, but you got to get your ass over there and you can't get beat inside. So you got to set up just a tick quicker. You can see he's already getting crossed over right there. The think. But the timing of the play beats it. Well done, Rypien. Next one here, just a little buddy ball, Rypien and Johnson down here to the bottom. It looks like he checks this play, whether it's a true audible or just whatever their terminology is at the line of scrimmage. We're going to end up throwing a contested go down here to the bottom. A little back shoulder again. Again, beautiful ball. Contested big time catch. Now, there's not a lot of space or separation. You can see the process here at the line of scrimmage. Whatever he's getting into right here. You can see 86 looks a little confused. Sorts it out. They end up getting to what I'm used to calling all stick. All sticks are quick outs by the number 1 and sticks by the number 2. Now, those quick outs on the outside can convert sometimes depending on the system versus press. So you see up top, you end up seeing the quick out and the stick. Now, quick out stick, maybe not my favorite from this condensed formation, but he ends up getting to, I'll call that a quick out, call that a stick, and then he's got the quick out here, but oftentimes you'll see drawings where these things will adjust. So this turns into a fade versus bump. That's what we've got, right? You can see the off coverage up here, free access. So you like the matchup down here? It's the preseason. Your boy's eating. Play some buddy ball. Let that thing rip. Get another big chunk. You got to love it, man. Great eyes, great feet. Beautiful. And that's a hell of a throw. It's a better catch, but it's a beautiful job. You can see that. I mean, this looks like a savvy vet to me. Just eating in the second half of a preseason. I love it. Get to what you want to get to. Get the ball out. Give your guy a chance. It's a hell of a catch, right? And it's a beautiful throw, no doubt. Just as good of a catch, though. Next one here. This is another beautiful play from Brett Rypien. Extending this thing. So a little iteration of smash down here to the bottom. Get back to the looper return from the tight end. Got all sorts of space. This is a great job from Rypien. Great feel. Really nice kind of pocket mechanics for me where you're going to keep 2 hands on the ball. No to the right. Whoop. Right? You see the left tackle get beat. Takes an L inside. Oversets. 2 flat. Dip and rip. 2 hands on the ball. Dip and rip. Quick, sudden, violent movement. 2 hands on the ball the whole time he's going. Eyes down the field. Nice, easy flick. That's a big chunk play. Whoop. That's a hell of a job. Really love this. So concept-wise here, what's going on? I'm calling this some iteration of smash. All that means is corner and something in the flat. Okay. Whatever this is, starting over here. If that's not there on the backside, we've got this tight end running what I'm used to calling like a little looper return. So start over here, 1 to 2, come back over here, 3. You can count to 3. You can play for me. Great job getting through the progression and extending the play. Right? So no down here to the bottom. I think those are good decisions. No. Reset. Eyes downfield, 2 hands on the ball, throw a strike, turns into a big chunk play. This is straight up outstanding ball. Well done, Brett Rypien. And protecting the ball. Whoop. 2 hands on it, eyes downfield. Nice, easy touch. Pull the string on that thing. That's beautiful. Next one here, 2nd and 4. Is probably the only what I would classify as like a potential miss from Rypien all night. So he's going to throw one more back shoulder fade down here to the bottom. Buddy ball. This one's just a tick too far. And it's actually not that far, but it's not close enough for him to give him a good enough chance to make this play. And you've seen him make, 2 or 3 really nice contested catches already in this game. And got no problem going back to the well here. Again, that thing is just a little bit out of reach. And I actually don't, I think it's probably a better ball than the wide receiver makes it look like. But still, not quite synced up there at the end. You got to give him a chance. Now, again, easy to sit here and say with a clicker days later where you should go with the ball. But let's just pretend that 80 wasn't going off. Okay, like we didn't have this great connection. He hasn't already made all these plays. So if that's the case, and we're just running fade, I think he runs seam here, and then this is inside fade with all this space because we've got the back out here just running a smoke. So if you were looking at just like, hey, where would you go if you didn't like this matchup? Again, I'm not saying this is a bad decision. It's a good decision to go back to 80 when someone's hot like this. But if we were playing this straight up, this is such an easier throw for me to come out here and say, even if I don't love back shoulder fades to the inside fade, I still feel like this is a throw that we could make a hell of a lot easier than this to the field back shoulder up and down throw that we got to get up inside the 10. Again, you see that space up top with 86? You just throw it right at the 6 right there. Throw it right at his back, right at his ear, and you got a touchdown up top. Much harder throw down here. They've already hit it a few times. They just miss right here. And then it's not really even a drop. He just doesn't give him as good of a chance as he's given him on those earlier ones. But still, I think it's hard to kind of get mad at him for going back to the well here again. And then the next play here, 3rd and 4. Ball's on the 8. We're going to throw a touchdown pass up top to Colin Johnson again, this time on the inside release corner. Again, we talked about the inside release corner earlier in this video. And right here, this is a perfect example, watching 80. So as soon as he goes inside right here, I'm not loving that route unless this dude, we know, like we put in hours of work together to come out to know he's going to give him something and come out of this thing with a win. You can't obviously, rely on this guy falling. Okay, now, are we going to apologize for a touchdown pass where the corner falls? Hell no. But for me here, I don't love the process more than anything else. The other thing I'd like to add about this is if we're going to go corner or smash on both sides, this route to me, it versus man-to-man, this little crosser or whatever this is supposed to be with him running with it, I want him to get his feet in the end zone and come flat. He can't be drifting in the same space as this corner. These guys are too close spacing-wise here. But regardless, nice job. This is a buddy ball play to the extreme. Again, 17 doing his best to fall here, guessing inside. It's a great hookup. It's a really nice job making it happen. Again, I think he could help himself if he was better lined up to the left at the top of his drops, but that's just me. Again, watch that tight end. So if it doesn't go to Johnson or 80 up top, if the corner doesn't fall, I would love that tight end to flatten that thing out. Now, maybe he's not allowed to. Maybe that's not what the route is. Maybe the route is go run and get covered, at that angle. This is actually a beautiful route down here to the bottom by the number 2 down here at the slot. This is what I'm talking about when I say start him inside, jump outside. That's where I would want to throw a corner. Got him. Again, you know, it's hard to argue when the corner falls and you're playing buddy ball all day. Hook him up. Go back to the well. Overall, really nice job. Fun to watch this. I would never have watched this game or wanted to watch this game if it wasn't for Hard Knocks. They did a nice job kind of summing this thing up. And it was fun to get the all 22 and see exactly what happened and how it happened. Boom. So that is a wrap. Brett Rypien, Colin Johnson, buddy ball for days. Really fun to see Brett Rypien have a really important, meaningful performance, especially when you're fighting for a spot on the team. A guy who's clawed a career out for himself as a backup in the league. Really cool to see that. Again, it's team season, preseason, country coverage out there. You're going to get opportunities to drive the ball down the field. And Brett Rypien doing a great job. I know I joked about the great eyes and great feet a bunch, but he really did. He was locked in. He did his thing. It was really fun to see. Thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.